Probably from the broken glass.
What are we gonna do now?
Call the police.
Nancy's right. We have no choice.
We worked together once. Let's do it again.
Let's go.
In part 2, Frank and Joe Hardy team up with Nancy Drew to solve the mystery of the Hollywood Phantom.
It's all of us at the detectives' convention. They're trying to pick us off one by one.
We keep popping up all over. It's incredible. It's insane.
I know it.
Well, somebody knows all the details of the convention. Like what detectives would be here. They must want the kidnappings to look like the ones in the movie. If it all wasn't so bizarre, I'd be flattered to be included.
Why would he leave this around for anybody to see?
Well, no one should be in here on weekends. Must be trying to live out some sort of fantasy.
Unless he wanted us to see it.
Well, no matter how it's dressed up, it's still a simple case of kidnapping.
It matters how it's dressed up. You said yourself, insanity, a psychotic mind?
That's the laughter I was telling you about. Look!
Come on. Go back to the hotel and let Jason Fox know what's happening.
You setting me out of danger again?
I'm asking you to get some help.
What are you doing here?
I'm after... This may be hard to explain.
You could explain it to the head of security.
And now, the mystery of the Hollywood Phantom, part 2.
There's got to be something I can do, Lieutenant.
Well, my men are questioning the hotel staff. What you can do is tell me everything you know about the people at this convention.
Mr. Fox.
Oh, Nancy, sit down, have something.
What?
Now, where have you been?
I had to go back to the studio.
Studio? What's the studio got to do with this? Who is she?
Well, this is Nancy Drew, one of our detectives.
Really?
Yes, really.
It's all I need on this case. Another detective.
This is Lieutenant Astor of the LAPD. He doesn't care much for private detectives. You know, Miss Drew also got a mutilated photograph of herself.
You haven't answered my question.
The studio is doing a remake of The House on Bracken Moor, stage 24. Don't you remember the story? 8 people are lured to an old house on an English moor. They each receive a photograph of themselves and a threat. They find a circular table with dinner for 8 and a large photograph on it with everybody in it, even though they've never met one another. And one by one, the guests start to disappear. It's exactly what's happening to us.
It's true. I realize this has all been pretty upsetting for you tonight, but...
Listen to me. I know it seems crazy. It seemed crazy to me at first, too. But that was before I found the photograph on stage 24 with all of us in it. The detectives at the convention. You've got to believe me. Frank and Joe Hardy saw the photograph, too.
Where are they now?
But we weren't alone on Soundstage 24. And when the person saw us, he ran away, and they're chasing him.
All right. Let's get down there. You show me the stage.
Look like there's a soul in here.
I know, but this is the way it was earlier.
And you're telling me that we're gonna find your father and 2 detectives held prisoner on a soundstage?
Yeah, I think so.
We clocked this place a little while ago, Bob. There's no one here.
You better check around outside. Show us where you found that photograph for yourselves in it.
It was down this way. It's right in here.
Turn on all the lights.
Here. This is impossible. This isn't the same picture I saw before.
There's no one else here, Bob. Just like it was Friday afternoon.
I'm Lieutenant Astor, LAPD. What did you find here?
Nothing, Lieutenant. Nothing that isn't supposed to be here.
The picture has been switched.
Are you Frank Hardy?
Yes, I am.
Lieutenant, what is going on here?
We don't know for sure yet, but it has nothing to do with the studio.
But there has been a kidnapping.
No question about it.
It remains to be seen. I'm sorry you've been troubled. You better come back with us.
My brother hasn't returned yet.
Well, where is he?
I told you, he chased after a figure that ran out of here.
Well, which way did he go?
He went towards the back lot.
All right, we'll find him. Look, you boys are not allowed on this lot without a pass. Now, the next time you want to come in here, particularly at night, you do it through me, you understand?
Oh, Frank.
Did you have any news?
Don't worry, we'll find your father.
Did you take a look at Dad's ring? A good look? There was dried blood around the edges of it. That means they tore it off of him.
Frank. I've known him for a long time, since he was a lieutenant with the NYPD. Now, he's been involved in a lot of tough cases, some of them kidnapping.
But not as the victim.
But he's dealt with kidnappers.
Has Astor? What I want to know is what's Astor doing? I'm not sure he believes there's been a kidnapping. Even you said detectives sometimes play practical jokes on each other. The ring, the bracelet, all part of a hoax. What's Astor doing? Waiting for Dad to come walking back through the front doors of the hotel?
He'll have to wait. We all will. We're in the kidnapper's court.
And what about the money? $500,000. Who's raising that?
Mr. Fox, I'd like to talk to you. Alone?
We'll find him, Frank.
Mr. Walters to the front desk.
Is there any word from Joe?
No, nothing.
Well, I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm going to find him myself.
Well, wait a minute, Frank. Studio security is out there. They've got 2 or 3 cars out there. You're not going to do any better than that.
I can try. At least I can try.
All right, well, then I'm going with you.
I'll do better on my own.
Frank, will you stop trying to protect me?
Somebody has to.
Frank! He thinks I'm stubborn.
$500,000.
Oh, we've got to try and raise it. Why, this is the most successful detective group in the world. We're good for it.
Not a chance. The FBI will be on the case within 24 hours, and they'll have their own ideas about that.
We can't take a chance with their lives.
We don't have any choice. Now, there's got to be something you people can tell me. Somebody with a grudge against one of you. Maybe somebody here. He seems to come and go as he pleases in this hotel.
I've alerted all the staff to be on the lookout for strangers.
Aren't hotels always filled with strangers, Mr. Hargrove?
I meant among the staff.
I think the staff should be questioned. All of them.
That had occurred to me. I'd like to speak to Mr. Fox alone.
Wait a minute, I'm a part of this. I'm the only one who even saw the photograph on stage 24.
We've already looked into that, Miss Drew. You were imagining things. Now, I don't blame you under the circumstances. I called you in because you received a photograph, but let the police handle this.